What's going on, world? Welcome to the Truth Be Sold podcast, where we're stitching together facts and truth to make common sense commonplace. I'm your host, Pat Caesar, on a late night slide. It's almost midnight right now. I gotta go check some stuff at my property that I have on Airbnb. It's a complicated story, but we'll save that for another episode. This episode is also brought to you by Seasallauto LLC, mobile mechanic and roadside services, Central Florida towing and transport services at your need. Give us a call if you need us. And this episode is about entrepreneurship and the addiction thereof. You know, it's honestly a drug. And when I say that, I mean that when you do a drug, whether it be, you know, because people think drugs are just something that people do in the streets. No, Tylenol, aspirin, morphine, all that stuff is all drugs. When you do this drug, it makes you feel a certain way, and maybe it kills a certain pain that's inside of you. But it does a certain thing to you that changes you, even if it's for a little bit. And you'll always go back after that thing that changed you for the better, or what felt better. So, you know, if you're on like some hard drugs or something, like some real drugs like coke, crack, or heroin, or meth or something, that's different. And I know that's a little bit grammatically incorrect to say. I think that's the way that I should be putting that, but I'm trying to keep it PG here. But the point is, entrepreneurship in the form that I know it, and I'm a solopreneur as of right now, working to be an entrepreneur. When you learn how to make a dollar outside of a job, it changes everything, and that becomes a drug. Entrepreneurship, to me, is the ability to make money outside of a traditional way of a monetary system of making money. Usually that would also indicate that you're having somebody make the money for you, and then you're making money off of that person making you money. But if we dumbed it all the way down, it's literally living life without a job. So what's crazy is when and it's not for everybody. It is for everybody in the sense that nobody makes you go to your job every day, but you go out and go do it. And so that's entrepreneurship. You are choosing to go out and make a dollar that way. So for giggles, man, I've been thinking about different things that I can add to my business to make my business where I want it to go for like the full towing and roadside assistance, right? And it hit, so I was like, let me look up, if I were to hire somebody right now, what would I pay somebody to do what I do for them, or for myself, right? So I looked up flatbed tow truck driver. I was blown away. I'm talking about $10 an hour, $12 an hour. I think the highest I saw was like $20 an hour, but when I did the math, if I'm not mistaken, I'm driving now, so I won't worry about doing it, but I believe it was at $20 an hour at 40 hours a week. It was like $38,600 or something like that. But then when you subtract taxes, it's like significantly less, plus insurance and, you know, Medicaid and all that stuff. So I mean, it was a raw deal, and I'm like, man, I can make 3 times as much just working, doing the same thing by myself. And yes, I have a high overhead, but it's still more than, you know, $30,000 a year. I didn't realize that, you know, 85% of the population only makes like $35,000 or less a year. So it's crazy. I'm surprised more people don't embrace the ideal of entrepreneurship. And I'm not even saying like quit your job and just go full on the entrepreneurship tip, but it's like, if you could figure out a way to make money outside of your job, then why not do that? Especially if you can work less and keep more of the money, because you're going to earn money, spend what you can, and then gets taxed on the rest. Versus when you're a W-2, you're going to earn money, pay taxes, and then try to live on the rest. It's a whole different philosophy. I don't want to keep this too long-winded. I just wanted to put this out there because the truth be sold. It's for the Truth Be Sold podcast, which was not supposed to be this episode today, but I got so many ideas and I'm doing so much stuff at the same time. I'm really trying to just narrow down like the one thing and do that thing. But content creation is my thing, and this is a part of it. I am the fast tow pro, and towing is also my profession, but I also love content creation. So you're getting to watch the whole array of it. But the truth be sold, if you did it for yourself, you would make more money. And when you learn how to make money outside of a traditional job, it usually changes the person. Because you think about it, if you make $10 per hour, and let's just say they guarantee you $1,000 a week, it won't usually be until the week after or the week after, either the second week or the third week, you will actually see some of the money from that first week's of revenue. And the reason why I say some of that money is because they hold some of it as a grace period, just in case you did quit or whatever the case is. There will still be a little bit left to give you, the chump change. While these people are typically making like 3 times more plus off of your labor. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. That's why I say you keep your job, learn the game, and then, you know, go out and do your own thing. Or do both at the same time. In another episode, we're gonna talk about the side business is equivalent to the side chick. So y'all stick around for that one. Like that's a very interesting conversation that I think we need to have as a people. Like, I mean, because the whole ideal of entrepreneurship ain't as cool and ain't as sexy as what people think. But from a revenue standpoint, it's your best bet. If making money is what you want to do, either you have a lot of education from a highly desirable skill that is highly sought after, that's not easily replicated, that people are willing and wanting to pay for, or you go and start a business and you kill people with kindness and service, and you know you actually have a product or service that the world wants that you can offer to them better than anybody else can. So henceforth, why in the towing game with Fast Tow Pro, that's what I do. Like, I give good ETAs, great customer service, and that's really the secret sauce to it. Like, I just treat people how I want to be treated, and that's it. So yeah, like, I'm nice. I mean, but I'm a generally nice dude. So that's what it is. Don't get it twisted though. I will turn this shit around in a heartbeat, but we ain't going there. So I just want to put this out there, man, is that when you do learn how to make $1 outside of your traditional 9 to 5, it changes everything, man. Like, so I encourage you. You have a job, keep your job, work hard at your job, be a good employee. Go out there and figure out how to make that dollar for yourself. Figure out what that company is doing to be able to generate enough revenue to pay you, pay themselves, and keep all the overhead down to where it needs to be. All right? That's my 10 cents for today. The 2 cents was free, so I guess you got 8 cents worth of game. I hope you learned something from this. All my people out there that's checking in with your homie, I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I'm sliding right now, like I say. I'm headed to one of my properties because there seems to be a little bit of misunderstanding at my Airbnb spot. And, you know, it comes with the territory, the entrepreneurship. That's what it is. This is the part they don't talk about, the midnight types of calls like this, you know. So, appreciate it again, man. Y'all don't know, if y'all ain't watching this on YouTube, you can listen to it on the podcast, streaming on all platforms. Truth Be Sold podcast, because we stitch together facts and truth to make common sense commonplace with your man, yours truly, at Season. Appreciate it, man, and y'all have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day, good evening, wherever it is, whatever you're doing right now. Until next time, be in thank. People don't want the beneficio. See you, pray.